I'm really sorry. I do know what Brittany can be like. Also, I can't stop thinking about you since the first time we met.
Suddenly we heard our teacher's voices close by. We'll be in so much trouble if we get caught.
Come with me. I have a better place in mind.
We sneaked away from the campsite till we got to an old cabin. Once the door closed behind us, Paul pulled me towards him in the dark and started kissing me. Suddenly, I stepped on something soft, and someone screamed. Paul and I yelled too and fell back in fright. Someone flashed a light in our eyes, and we saw that it was Brittany. Another girl was there too, holding her hand and hopping around in pain. You stupid cow! You stepped on my girlfriend's beautiful hand. How was I supposed to know anyone was here?
Wait a second. Brittany, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah? Is there a problem?
Remember how you're engaged to Dad's friend's son?
So, he's seeing other people too. It's cool. We'll still get married one day. Wow, this girl was weirder than I'd thought. I made my way to the door, but to my horror, it just wouldn't open. We tried to pull it all together, but it seemed really stuck. And Brittany went off on me. Why did you ever close the door, moron? Don't you know the first rule of making out in weird places? Never close the door.
Hey, don't talk to my girlfriend that way.
Girlfriend?
Girlfriend? I thought you were just having fun with her.
No, brother. This can't happen. Break up with her now. What are you, crazy? You can't tell him what to do. And with that, I grabbed Paul and started kissing him, but to my shock, he gently pushed me aside. Good boy. Are you freaking kidding me, Paul? You're gonna listen to this psycho? He just stood there silently. I was so mad. I pushed him aside and sat down in the farthest corner. Once I was out of here, I was gonna change schools. There was nothing we could do till someone came looking for us. Brittany laid out a sack and she and her girlfriend cuddled on it together. I sat in my corner feeling cold and grossed out by their kissing noises. But at some point, I drifted off to sleep. Suddenly, I woke up to find a warm pair of arms around me. Paul, I swear I'm gonna punch you.
Shh, keep it down. You'll wake them up.
Why are you so afraid of your sister?
I promise. I'll explain everything once we're out of here. Just be quiet right now and let me kiss you.
I felt myself sinking in his arms, but moments later, I yelled out in pain when a flying shoe hit me on the head. Brittany was staring down at the two of us, looking completely manic. I told you to break it up, Paul. Have you forgotten that I know your biggest secret and I own your butt? That's it. I want to know what she's talking about, Paul. What is she holding over you? Paul suddenly looked like he was near tears.
Ginny, our mom left us years ago, but I found out recently that she cheated on our dad around the time I was born, which basically means he isn't my dad. And I'm afraid if Dad finds out, he won't want me anymore. He won't want me anymore.
Oh, I know he won't. He'll send you packing to your good-for-nothing real dad. I was stunned, and then really mad. So, your brother told you the secret, and you're using it against him? You're a psychopath, Brittany, and you should be in a mental hospital. Brittany snarled and attacked me. As we wrestled on the floor, we suddenly heard the door fling open. It was our teachers and everyone else from camp. We were all given detention for a month. On the bus ride home, I sat next to Paul and slipped my hand through his. I think you should just tell your dad. The truth will be a shock for him, but I'm sure he won't stop loving you. You don't have to live in fear. Paul smiled at me and nodded, and later that day, we went to his house together. I was waiting anxiously in the lounge while he was talking to his dad. Just then, Brittany walked in. Ugh, do I have to see your face at my house too? Well, I guess once Paul is out of here, I won't. Suddenly, the door opened, and Paul and his dad walked in with their arms around each other. Paul hugged me and said everything was good, and I was so relieved. But then, their dad turned angrily to Brittany.
Paul told me how badly you've been behaving, and I'm taking away all your privileges. You're grounded for a long time.
Brittany screamed and stormed off furiously. When I finally got home, I could hear my parents shouting all the way outside, and I decided that it was time to fix my own family's mess too. Mom? Dad? Shut up! I can't take this anymore. You two are getting a divorce, or I swear to God, I'm putting myself up for adoption. For once, I actually got through to my crazy parents, and they did file for a divorce. I also found out that Brittany's rich boyfriend dumped her because he didn't know she was cheating on him. and her dad sent her to a very strict boarding school. Paul and I have been dating for a couple of months, and now we're headed off to my parents' divorce party, and no one is happier than me.